The silence from Earth was deafening, a vacuum of absence more crushing than the void between stars. On Veridian, the mining outpost's comms tower blinked impotently into the black, each unanswered signal a reminder of their isolation. Dr. Alara Kane stood at the observation deck, watching the crimson flares of the Verid blockade streak across the sky like molten metal. Their ships moved with predatory precision, corralling the outpost like wolves around wounded prey. "Status?" she asked, her voice clipped, tight with exhaustion. Engineer Lin Wei adjusted her visor, her face bathed in the sickly glow of diagnostic screens. "If we're lucky, the generators will hold another week. If we're not—" She didn't finish. Everyone in the room knew the answer. Ilara exhaled through her teeth. "Then we don't wait for luck. We make our own." Jace Morrow, reclining in the pilot's seat of the last wave, didn't look like a hero. A stained flight suit hung loose on his wiry frame, and his perpetual smirk spoke of someone who had long since made peace with bad odds. He cradled a flask in one hand, gesturing wildly with the other as he spoke into the comm. "So, let me get this straight," he drawled. "You want me to fly halfway across hell, dodge those space hogs, grab some magic rocks, and die gloriously in the process? Did I miss anything?" Alara's voice crackled over the line. "Not gloriously, just efficiently," Jace snorted, taking a swig. "Efficient. Cold comfort for a dead man, Doc. But hey, I'm in. Always wanted to go out with a bang." The last wave skimmed Veridian's atmosphere like a stone across dark water, its reinforced hull groaning against the planet's turbulent winds. Jace gripped the controls, sweat slicking his palms despite the cabin's chill. Below, jagged cliffs and caustic rivers tore at the horizon, a desolate reminder of Veridian's hostility. "Music, Way," Jace barked into the comm. "Anything but silence." Moments later, the strains of an old Earth ballad filled the cockpit, its mournful melody a stark counterpoint to the chaos outside. Jace chuckled dryly. "Really pulling on the heartstrings, huh? Fine. Let's make it poetic." The Verid came as shadows first, sharp, angular ships cutting through the haze like talons. Their plasma cannons spat streams of violet energy, carving luminous trails through the storm. Jace veered sharply, the last wave screaming in protest. "Guess they don't like tourists," he muttered. He juked left, right, then dove, threading the ship through a canyon so narrow the wingtips sparked against the rock. Each maneuver bought seconds, precious moments that brought him closer to his target. His breath came in ragged gasps, punctuated by bursts of laughter. "Tell Kane she owes me a drink. A real one." When he reached the deposit site, the Verid were waiting. Jace didn't hesitate. The last wave plunged toward them, skimming low enough to kick up molten debris. He flipped a switch, and the cargo hold opened, robotic arms snatching up the mineral payload in a single fluid motion. But the cost was immediate. A direct hit tore through the aft section, alarms blaring as the ship listed violently. Jace gritted his teeth, stabilizing the trajectory with sheer willpower. "No coming back now," he said softly. The Verid ships closed in, their movements precise, inevitable. Jace's voice crackled over the outpost comm one last time. "You know what to do, Kane. Don't waste it." And then the last wave became a star, its detonation ripping through the Verid ranks in a cataclysmic burst. The explosion disrupted their sensor grids, a temporary ion storm scrambling their ship's orbit control systems. It wasn't much, but it was enough. Lin Wei worked like a woman possessed, assembling the EMP device with the fevered precision of someone who knew the stakes. "We've got one shot at this," she muttered. When the makeshift payload launched, the team held their breath, watching as it ascended into Veridian's orbit. The detonation was a muted flash, but its effect was immediate. Verid ships drifted, their precision faltering as their advanced sensor arrays went blind. It was then that the Echo appeared, its sleek silhouette emerging from cloaked space like a predator scenting blood. Captain Mira Shea's voice crackled through the comm. "Sorry we're late. We've been tracking them for weeks, waiting for the right moment. Looks like you just gave it to us." The battle ended as abruptly as it had begun. Reinforcements from the Echo poured into the outpost, bringing supplies and grim news. Earth's silence was no accident. The Verid had struck there first, severing humanity's lifelines and leaving outposts like Veridian vulnerable. In the aftermath, Ilara and Mira stood on the observation deck, staring at the stars. Between them, the ghost of Jace's laughter lingered. "Think he'd approve of all this?" Mira asked, her voice tinged with weariness. Ilara managed a small smile. "He'd want us to finish what he started." As the first notes of Jace's playlist drifted through the outpost, the survivors began their preparations. The fight was far from over, but Veridian now stood as a bastion of hope, built on the sacrifice of one man and his unwavering resolve.